when I was young, I was just like everybody else here in South San Diego, doing my thing, trying to go to school, stay out of trouble if I could. But I had no desire to be in a band, or I'm not really like a flashy look at me type of guy. I'm not, I don't like cameras and microphones, that kind of stuff. Um, but you know what I mean. I'm not the guy like the center of attention. I'm more laid back. But it was when after my mother passed away and I gave my life to the Lord, I felt like if I was making a change in my heart and in my mind, that I should make a change in what I do. And P.O.D. was just starting up, and I knew about them, and I thought how crazy that would be to be in a rock band and be able to tell people about this love that I found. And I never thought 2, 3, 4 days ahead. I just thought about now, and we just kept playing music and doors kept opening. And we never wanted to be rock stars or be on TV. We just played San Diego clubs, and then one at a time. We'd get asked to do maybe Arizona, and then we get asked to play somewhere else, and then we got to record a demo. And slowly but surely things just started happening. But I don't think I ever said I wanted to do this. I wanted people to know that I was a changed person and that God was real in my life. And didn't mean I had to do it through music. If I was building houses, it'd be the same thing. If I collected, if I was a trash collector, the same thing. The love of God's still gonna be in my heart. I just happened to be lucky to, God blessed me to play music. I'm not a loud, person by nature and center of attention. That's just the character I have. But once I became a Christian, man, there was just that fire that's in you. It's like you just want to express it, and the cool thing for me is that I could express that through this music, and so it's not like I'm walking around every day like acting like that and going nuts like that. But on stage, it's always been a personal time for me and my relationship with God. When we played all these crazy shows, it wasn't like everybody welcomed us. People knew that these guys are Christians and they're singing about something else. And so it wasn't like we had this warm embrace by the crowd. So whenever I was on stage, that was my time to sing and to worship to God just for me, And if anybody else happened to listen or get anything out of it, cool. But for me, it was like, I knew that we were going to go up, and I just knew that there was a power and there was authority in what we were doing and what we were saying. And I knew that the God that I believed in, and I also believed that the people that were listening to our music needed to hear it, or at least I wanted to tell it to them, and hopefully it might mean something. And but I still get that when we go on stage. It's cool when everybody knows your music now, and a lot of the people in the crowd, they're on the same page and they want to worship with you and stuff. But a lot of shows where people don't want to worship with you, so you just got to tune them out. And it's like, hey, this is me. This is how I worship the Lord. You might think it's, crazy Christians in a church, singing to the Lord is weak and it's not cool. But this is how I worship the Lord, and not just going nuts, And in the Bible it talks about how close King David was to the Lord, that he was worshiping God with all his heart, and he was so locked into it and so locked into what God was doing that he danced naked throughout the city, and everybody thought he was crazy, but he didn't care. And I always had the mentality like, why should I care, Not that I don't care for them as individuals, but why should I care what they think of me, If they could experience what I experienced on a personal level in my relationship with the Lord, then they won't be laughing, you know what I mean? They'll know that it's real. And so every day I just try to hold on to those kind of things and keep walking as best as I can. As young people, I think God just wants to capture the heart of the individual, man, And even with me, man, it's not about, hey, if we could reach the masses, cool, but how much of the masses is gonna fade away, It's about reaching that individual, man. And that's why, I know you guys, I've met you guys before, and just coming into your church and your home, it's cool to see that, That's what you guys are doing, man. You're reaching the individual, because that's what lasts. It lasts when it's the one-on-one type of stuff, and it's not just the big guy on the big stage talking big noise. It's the guy that's actually living it, man. When Angels and Serpents Dance, it's just kind of like a theme, and it sounded cool. It sounded kind of metal, but the whole concept is is in that dance of life. When two people dance, one leads and one follows. If you want to do it right, if you want to dance right, one's got to lead. You can't have two leaders, So one leads, one follows, and in this dance of life, it's like there's so many decisions out there, there's the right way, there's the wrong way, there's good and bad, there's heaven, there's hell, there's black or white. So it's pretty much the choices that you make, and what are you gonna choose? You can go two ways, but I try to choose the things that are gonna lead me in the right direction. On the new record, man, there's a little bit of everything. I mean, obviously, I explained earlier, it's called When Angels and Serpents Dance. So you have a little bit of the darker side of things, and then you have more of the light, hopeful type of things. And again, I mean, if you ever listen to P.O.D's record, it's always been real. It's been from the streets. It's been struggles, but there's always it's always been laced with hope and with that love of God that makes us happy. You know what I mean? There's a song on the record called "It Can't Rain Every Day," and it's kind of got that Youth of the Nation type vibe, and it's it's kind of like a folk story. Some stories in there, but I mean, the title says it all. It can't rain every day, so no matter what you're going through, it's gonna end. The rain's gonna end, the sun is gonna shine through. You know what I'm saying? So if you can hold on through the clouds and through the storm, man, God He's faithful to show Himself and reveal Himself to you. So that's probably, I like that song. To this day, man, 15 years later in P.O.D, there's been so many ups and downs, but I think the thing that drives me to keep making music is seeing the impact that it actually does have. It's not like just making loud music and then people going crazy at a concert. For 15 years I've had the opportunity to meet and become friends with people that listen to our music and hear the stories, the real stories, and I've had a chance to cry with people, man, laugh with people that have been touched by our music. And when I see that, then I realize that it's not just it's not just four guys trying to make rock music. It happens to be that what I always wanted to be from the beginning, that God would use four regular guys like us to make some crazy music, but that He would show His love through it. And thank God that's exactly what's been going on. I mean, through this music, I've been blessed to raise a family and buy a home, all that kind of stuff. But if God wasn't involved in this music and what's going on, then I really don't have a desire to do it anymore. I always said that I was cool with, if P.O.D ends tomorrow, I'm straight with that, because it's been a journey for me in my walk with the Lord and the things that we've been able to do. And again, the thing that keeps me making this music is seeing that it has changed people's lives. Not that I've changed people's lives, I haven't, but music is powerful, and if you add the combination of the love of God and music, it lasts. And people, even if they don't know, maybe they didn't come to hear that, they just wanted to rock out, but it sticks in their hearts and in their minds, and I've seen it change people's lives and impact people just by personal stories and testimonies. And that's what keeps me going. If I stop hearing those, then it might be time to quit. I know people come up all the time, they say, "Hey man, you guys rock," and that's cool and all, but it's when someone comes up and they say how their life's been changed and how God's done cool things in their life through because of our music, or someone that might have got saved at a show, or someone that stopped using drugs after they listened to P.O.D's music, or met the love of their life at a P.O.D show. Just all kinds of cool stuff. And that's the only reason why I'm in this band, and and until God's done with it, then just keep on going.